in Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN Radio in New Orleans, 94.7 ESPN Alexandria, online at 1045ESPN.com. We're on your smart speakers this morning. We're also on YouTube Live. Remember, at the Watch 1045 ESPN station, all of the highlights of the day will be on Off the Bench's YouTube page, so make sure you are subscribed and are alerted for everything that goes up there. Hunt Palmer will stop by 7:30 this morning. We're going to talk recruiting with Julie Boudouin. Boudouin's got an exclusive with Louisiana's own Mason Smith, who's the top player in the state of Louisiana here for the 2021 cycle, defensive tackle out of Thibodaux, and Coy Foreman, the number one player in some services out of California for the entire recruiting cycle of 2021. She had them on the phone yesterday together, and we'll have an exclusive write-up over at Tiger Details today. She's going to talk about it this morning at 8 a.m. She's been on top of a ton of recruiting news, so we'll talk to Julie coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. 8:30, Cole Kublik will be here. What you got planned in the third hour, big fella?
We got a lot to get to in the third hour. We're going to talk a little Pels. They get ready to scrimmage tomorrow. Baseball really beginning in earnest today. Braves Mets first pitch set for 3:10 p.m. Kind of excited about that. The Atlanta Falcons said how many games or how many people they're going to let in the stadium. So we'll talk about what that means for the Saints. Larry Holder's top 5 Saints. Why is Korean Popeyes better than Louisiana Popeyes? Comparing the top 10 Madden-rated players from Alabama, Auburn, and LSU who reigned supreme. Really, you got all of LSU's Madden ratings, all 54 players. I've written them here in the document and ranked them by best to least. And so, we're going to have a lot of fun in hour number 3.
So heads up, there's a suit on board for the next 3 hours. Cade Wassan is back in his regular role where he originated here at ESPN. He has elevated himself up the corporate ladder very fast and now wears a suit to work every day, but somehow finds himself on the wheels of steel of Off the Bench. Good morning, Cade. Good to see you this morning.
I'm good to be here. I appreciate the opportunity to come in and hang out.
Okay,
wow, it is National Tequila Day.
Is it?
That's what Brian Burgess in the huddle says.
You got a couple of walks later?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's a day for Ranchwater, boys. No, I am busting out the new Murdered Out minivan, Cade, and first road trip. We're gonna head up to Monroe.
Oof.
Take some fish up there, go fry it. But yeah, I'll be stopping, picking up some topos and some tequila along the way, and I'll bring the Holiday Inn in style.
Be careful on the road, bro. Weather gonna be wet today.
Hey, well, the minivan can handle it. Okay.
Here are your headlines on this Friday, July 24th.
Can handle anything.
Easy over there, Sue.
Wow.
Headlines on Off the
Bosses
Bench.
are listening. LSU standout cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. is one of 50 players from across the country named to the 2020 Paul Hornung Award watch list. That from the Louisville Sports Commission. They announced that on Thursday. Hornung is the Hornung Award now is in its 11th season and given annually to the most versatile player in major college football. Former LSU standout Odell Beckham Jr. won the award in 2013. Now a sophomore, Stingley Jr. has established himself as probably the top defender in college football going into his second season.
He's in the conversation, if not the unquestioned best defender in all of college football, yes.
He is one of 50 players named to the Paul Hornung Award watch list. LSU kicker Cade York was named to the Lou Groza Award watch list on Thursday, which goes to to college football's top place kicker. York is a sophomore from Texas who made 21 of 26 field goals in his true freshman season. Major League Baseball last night, the Yankees defeated the Nationals 4-1. They played 6 innings due to a weather delay. Pitcher Garrett Cole got his first win for the Pinstripes as Juan Carlos Stanton had 3 ribbies, had a first-inning home run last night on ESPN. The Dodgers beat the Giants 8-1 in the nightcap on the network as Major League Baseball last night, opening night. Here was Carl Ravitch speaking about the baseball opening night.
I think it will reward the best teams over the course of even a 60-game season. You can get off to a lousy start and still get into the playoffs. So I love it. More playoffs, the better. I mean, let's look at it from what we all do, which is broadcast. We want more games. We want more excitement. We want more intense games. We want to know that one team has got a chance. It brings more cities into it, more fan bases. I'm all for it. You're not going to hear a negative vote out of me on that.
All right, Carl Ravitch towing the company line. Iron Mike Tyson.
Wait, hold on. How about this? So, being a big Braves fan, I was looking up the Braves schedule. And if you love baseball, Jordy, you are going to get a ton of it. So the Braves will play today. They will not have a day in which they do not play a game until August 13th. Think about that. 3 weeks in a row of daily games. No breaks. And that's basically the entire MLB. That's not just like unique to the Braves. That is going to be everybody. So if you have missed baseball, trust me when I say you are about to be inundated with baseball. If you have missed the diving catches on SportsCenter highlights that we came to make fun of, well, guess what? They're going to be back en masse. And so, shout out to all the huge baseball fans because they're about to have an unending supply of it.
Who's the biggest baseball fan in this room? Anybody care? No?
Yeah, me.
No? You?
Duh.
Yeah,
Braves
for
fan.
sure.
I got my Acuna jersey coming in today. Jersey.
Who bats leadoff for those guys?
Yeah, Acuna. Duh.
He's third hole hitter, right?
You should watch more Braves.
Yeah, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson announced on Thursday he's going to fight Roy Jones Jr. in an 8-round exhibition on September 12th at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. The bout will be broadcast on pay-per-view as well as multimedia platform Triller. According to a news release, Tyson has caused a stir on social media the past few months as he posted footage of himself training. He has fought, the last time he fought, 15 years ago when he fought Kevin McBride, where it was stopped in 6 rounds. Tyson, in an appearance on ESPN's First Take on Thursday, explained his reasoning for getting back in the ring.
It's because I can do it. And I can do it, and I believe other people believe they can do it too. Just because we're 54, that don't mean we have to start a new career and our life is totally over. Not when you feel as beautiful as I do, and I'm sure other people feel the same way.
Hey, you do you, Mike. I ain't going to tell you no.
We had Roy Jones Jr. in studio.
What?
On Colada and the Prince.
How?
Didn't we
That's
have
true,
Mike
yeah.
Tyson on the phone?
Wait, hold on.
For a promotion?
Y'all brought Roy Jones Jr. into the closet?
Into the closet. You had a signed boxing glove on my...
We went to a walk-ons, I believe, for a promotion.
And then we brought him to LSU basketball, and he gave the pregame speech before
is
the
true,
Georgia
yes.
game.
Yes.
I mean, bringing someone in this room is pretty nice. The building looks pretty unassuming. They walk in here like, oh, this is a nice setup. Bringing Roy Jones Jr. to the old closet had to be... I mean... Was it embarrassing, or is it like...
we didn't know any better.
Yeah.
We didn't know any better. I mean, we didn't know any different at the time. I mean, we put Kevin Mawai in there every Wednesday for an hour. I mean, he was like jammed up in the corner by the window, a Hall of Famer. He was like crunched up in the corner, but taking phone calls. And, Kate, I want to say that we had Mike Tyson on a phone call.
I think that's
and he did
accurate,
a promotion. So, I mean, it's a big day off the bench.
Hey, by the way, Acuna, bats lead.
Does he?
Freeman's 3
Well, I
hole.
was just giving you a little pop quiz.
Ozuna
Trying to
bats
test
clean
you.
up.
More from Tyson, the dangers of fighting at this age.
Well, listen, we're both accomplished fighters. We know how to take care of ourselves. It's an 8-round exhibition. And listen, we'll be all right. Trust me, we can take care of ourselves.
I believe him now, for sure. That was convincing. By the way, give this guy a raise in the Washington former Redskins organization. Effective immediately, Washington will call itself the Washington Football Team. Pending the adoption of a new name, the NFL franchise announced that on Thursday. This is not the final renaming and rebranding of the team. This is the name it wants to use until the adoption of a new name at some point is found. The team will continue the process of retiring the former name and hopes to be entirely rid of it in a physical and digital space in the next 50 days by the September 13th regular season opener against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, this is just Daniel Snyder continuing to prove his incompetence. I mean, the fact that they did not have a contingency plan in place or like a couple names in the hopper ready to roll it's I would say it's unbelievable. But if you look at Daniel Snyder's track record, it is utterly believable.
I mean, I'm just more disappointed there's not some, like, intern or some young kid, like, in the accounting department that comes up to the desk and be like, guys, did we really settle on the football team? I got a couple of ideas I can throw on the table for you here. I mean, let me take a big chance here.
That's the thing, though. You know, people are putting ideas out there. They're just not because, look, I get it. It's a long process, right? And it's a hell of a commitment. But did they, like, it just shows how kind of blind to all of this Daniel Snyder really was. Like, he really thought this name was never going to change.
Oh, sure.
Which I guess you could have guessed from his quotes in the past. But this, to me, for years now, has more felt inevitable as to whether or not it would happen. And so to not have anything kind of ready to roll or something stronger than this, even after that review process and everything, it is what it is, man. But whatever, we're not gonna exactly. It is his business. I'm not getting into these arguments again. Daniel Snyder, you enjoy the Washington football team. I love, though, that it comes on a day when we got a Tier 1 logo and mascot out of Seattle in the NHL with the NHL Krakens. That's how you design a name and a logo.
LSU football is on the practice field as we speak, going through practice number 1 with a football this morning, a walkthrough. But they're first on the practice field since spring practice was suspended back in March. We'll talk about it coming up here on Off the Bench. Hunt Palmer is going to stop by 7:30. Julie Boudouin talking recruiting at 8 a.m. this morning. Cole Kublik, 8:30 Off the Bench, daily driven and powered by All-Star Toyota.
Off the Bench with Jordy Culotta and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Brought to you daily here on Off the Bench by Donaldsonville Glass and Body, online dgbauto.com. Remember, you can find them at 415 Division Street or online at dgbauto.com. If you've been in an accident, remember in the month of July and you need collision repair and you mention Off the Bench, they'll take $250 off of that deductible for you. They offer 24-hour towing. I was with Nick Richard over at over at All-Star Ford in Denham Springs yesterday, and he was telling me about a customer that he had that called him that was broken down in Ascension Parish. He gave him Donaldsonville Glass and Body's phone number. They gave Nick Frederick, sent the 24-hour tow truck over there. They brought him into Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They got him fixed up and put him back on the road. It was a very successful, easy day for that guy that started out with some bad luck. Online, dgbauto.com. Go see Nick Frederick and the crew. Mention Off the Bench in the month of July. They'll take $250 off the deductible for you. Online at dgbauto.com.
We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
0% for 72 months on all new 2020 F-150s. Visit Bayou Ford for a new 2020 Ford F-150 with 0% for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Prompt, professional, reliable. If you're looking for a breath of fresh air with your AC and heating needs, call the professionals at Anison Bitter. Anison Bitter, a Rheem Pro partner, keeping your family comfortable for over 25 years.
Yo, join us for a TGIF, hanging with Hester and Haney from noon to 3. We've got real sports action. If a reliever came in the 7th inning and got shelled, trust me, we'll break it down. On 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, Cade Wassan, Danny Cardenas here with us as our audio and video producers until 10 a.m. this morning. We'll talk to Hunt Palmer coming up here at 7:30. Hunt breaking down movies as always. No?
No, I let him free. I texted him yesterday.
That's right, I was out last
I texted him yesterday. Well, we didn't let him free yesterday. I texted him. It was either yesterday or 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. I just said, "Hey, do you have a movie tomorrow?" I said, "Do you want to do a movie, or do you just want to do baseball?" And he was emphatic that he does not want to do any more movie reviews. In fact, after I texted him, he screenshotted the text and put it out there publicly and tweeted, "I'm free." So no movie review. He must have not been liking it that much by the end. And here we are just trying to give this man culture. How could you not thank us for showing you Shawshank and Goodfellas and Casino and all these other incredible movies?
How was his breakdown of Goodfellas?
We just kept it quick. He liked it. He liked it a lot. Didn't have a lot to say on it. But he did thoroughly enjoy it. Though he said if you tried to ask him what was from Casino and what was from Goodfellas, that the two movies had already blended together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk to Hunt coming up here about some baseball news as opening night in MLB last night. We talked to Durbin yesterday. If you missed it, online, everything brought to you by Carriages of Baton Rouge. Make sure and subscribe and get notified for the YouTube channel. We're at 104.5 ESPN station today, and all the highlights will be on Off the Benches YouTube station coming up. LSU football is on the field right now, going through a walkthrough practice that features no contact, but the big news, T, is that the football team can actually play with a football.
Yes.
This morning.
Yes.
So that is major news, especially
that's already
in
going on
sports
right
talk
now, right?
radio. It's going on right now.
I mean, it started at 6 a.m., right?
6 a.m.
And then they got another one this afternoon, a little 2-day walkthrough type deal.
A little football school sandwiched in between there. Big football day, T. So from sports radio's angle, this is
big sports day. I mean, look, we got basketball scrimmages, we got pro baseball back, we got football school starting up. It's all happening. It's all happening. We just hope that it has to continue to happen. I think it will. So
T-Bob, give me your biggest storylines as LSU gets back on the field.
Well, maybe not. I don't know if I'm thinking biggest storylines. How about this? Storylines that maybe we haven't talked about enough. We touched on this.
Do you have any?
With defensive end the other day. I went scraping the bottom of the conversational barrel.
I mean, we asked Coach O about Avery Atkins Tuesday morning.
You did, which is a good question. Shout out to Avery Atkins. Love having a safety as my kicker. Not afraid to put his head in there. Well, that's appropriate, Jordy, because in my storylines that have we talked about them enough, we are going to start on special teams. And here's the question. Which Cade York will we see this season in Cade York year number 2? And it's odd. I don't know that there's a player.
I don't know any other Cade York than what I saw last season, though.
Well, the thing is, I'm saying, but last season was a up and down affair. Now, it is odd to talk about because, and it just shows the standard of perfection, the LSU standard of performance, if you will, that we could talk about Cade York in any negative terms because his numbers are crazy. Like, what did his final tally? What did he end up?
21 of 26 on field goals last season, 83 of 87 on PATs.
Yeah, so 21 of 26. Okay, see, that is exactly what I'm talking about in a bit of an odd up and down year. 21 of 26 as a true freshman is unbelievable. Missing 4 extra points is head-scratching. And when you look at Cade York last year, he started incredible, was just money and throughout the beginning of the season. And then it started to get a little sketchy in the middle. And actually, one of the things that I love most about Cade York last year is that he had that sketchiness going down, and he still managed to corral it, keep things on the track, kick him be very mental. He didn't get in his head. He didn't just completely fall apart. And he made, for the most part, all the big kicks. But he did miss some ones. Like, I mean, what was it, the SC Championship? He missed one in the Natty. Exactly. But because your offense was so overwhelming, it didn't matter. But, I don't know that the offense is going to be as overwhelming this year. And so those field goals could be the difference between an SEC championship or a Natty. So that is a position where additional perfection will always be demanded. And it was a hell of a year one for Cade York. But it's just interesting that I think on the other side of it, the coaching staff and others maybe aren't like as confident as just that raw 21 of 26 number would let you know. But I will say this, in terms of potential, to do that as a true freshman and to do it on the biggest stages. So, like, there's no stage that you're going to hit Cade York with that's necessarily going to freak him out. I think about some of the big kicks that he even made early on against Texas. That is a hell of a foundation to build upon. Like, by the time he is done, you could be talking about a top 5 kicker in the entire nation.
For sure. And what I love about Cade York is that a lot of the things that you just highlighted and laid out, but, the fact that he is potentially going to be a 4-year starter. And year one, he was on what possibly could be the best college football team of all time that went into environments and won big games and played in the biggest games of them all. And he was there and steady the entire time. Not steady in the sense of his performance. Like you said, it was shaky throughout the middle parts, but a lot like LSU's season and a lot like LSU's schedule last year, it all kind of happened at the right time.
Yeah,
right?
it did, yeah.
I mean, it kind of all happened at
he made the biggest
times.
ones he had to make.
That's right, and he made the ones that mattered. So I think
and you could say, well, no, he didn't because he missed the SEC and the Natty, but because the offense was so good, like he made the biggest ones. Although he still hasn't been asked, he was never asked to make the Cole Tracy Auburn walk-off game winner. Though admittedly,
but that's coming. But that's coming.
And admittedly, though, that's actually pretty rare in LSU history because hadn't that almost never happened before when Cole Tracy did it? There was some weird stat around the time. Anyway, that's enough Cade York talk. Something to watch on. Sticking with special team, which Zach Von Rosenberg will we get this year? In 2018, he was excellent. He was second in the SEC, averaging over 45 yards a punt. This last season, he dropped all the way down to 10th from second, averaging 42 yards a punt. And it wasn't just pure distance as well. When you look at 2018, he had a net of 44, which is spectacular. That speaks to somebody who's getting great hang time stroking the ball. Last year, dropped down a full 5 yards to 39, which is actually the worst of his 3 years. So you want to see him right that ship and get back to what he was doing back in 2018. And then how about this? We talk about that offensive line a lot and the question marks, and we talk about center. And look, I absolutely want to know this morning, right now, is Liam Shanahan taking reps with the ones? Is Chasen Hines taking reps with the twos center? But what about right guard? What about Cardell Thomas? Good friend of the show. A guy that we used to interview and talk to all the time when he was in high school. A guy who put the LSU brand on his back and was actively out there advocating and recruiting, and a guy who showed up super in shape and seemed like he was ready to roll and then got injured, and now we just never hear about him anymore.
Here's the deal, and I think what I believe Liam Shanahan does for you is that he not only figures out the center position, but he also gives you the right guard as well, because I think Chasen Hines is the best right guard on this team. I think Chasen Hines potentially could be in the discussion if Ed Ingram doesn't take that next step as the best guard on this team.
The problem with that, who's going to be your backup center then? Because you got to rep Hines at center.
I'm just telling you the best 5 for right now. We can talk about depth if you want later on, but if you want the best 5 and Liam Shanahan is the best center, what it sounds like they think he is going into camp, then not only does Shanahan figure out the center position for you, he hand delivers your best right guard in Chasen Hines to you, and I think gives you your best 5 when you talk about Shanahan center, Hines and Ingram.
So you're taking
as
Hines
your
at right
guards.
guard over Bradford and Cardell
I
Thomas.
am right now. If Liam Shanahan is what they say he is, and he's the starting center, I think Chasen Hines is etched in as your starting right guard, and Ed Ingram is the other
I'm
center,
willing
and
to
then you
say
got
Ed Ingram's
Deculus,
winning
and then
the
you
left
got
guard.
you got Deculus, and you got Rosenthal.
Yeah, I guess the only issue with that is, like I said, you have to develop that depth at center. Does Chasen Hines have enough practice at that position where you're cool with him just repping with the ones at right guard? Or does he have to do something like I used to do, where I used to do 2 plays at left, 2 plays at center, 2 plays at right guard, 2 plays out? Like, does he rep with the ones at right guard and then get some sort of rotation with the 2s at center? Like, they got it. That's a tough line to walk.
First, let's see about Marlon Martinez, and let's see if he can compete there. They keep talking about Xavier Hill as a guy that they can use from a utility standpoint and move all around the offensive line.
That's what
so
I'm
I'm
saying.
not
They
really
have guards,
I'm not ready to just pencil in Hines as the backup center, because remember what we were hearing about Hines coming out of the summer workouts, and they weren't coming from coaches that weren't. They were talking from people that were out there. He was having problems with the snap.
Yeah.
And first things first, if you can't get the snap, you can't play center.
Yeah, straight up. But the only way to fix that is just by time on task. It's just practicing that position and practicing that snap. So, so then let's say Hines plays guard and Liam plays center. So then who's your backup center? Is it Charles Turner? Okay, you can actually maybe live with that. Because Charles Turner's someone he was a tight end in high school, but he's been repping center since he got here. Like, if you're somewhat comfortable with his ability, and I hope that we can get some, because none of these walkthroughs for football school are open to the public, right? Or the media.
No.
I hope that we can get some sort of insight into what they're thinking and what James Craig is planning on that offensive line, because that's, it's obviously got a lot of directions you can go. The last storyline that we have, we may haven't talked about enough. How about this? Can Apu Ika overtake Tyler Shelvin?
No way. No way. No way.
Are the takes hot this Friday morning or what?
I anticipate Tyler Shelvin having a first-round draft pick type season.
Bro, they got to pull him out there with the Mack truck, son.
Yeah, but you know what he's doing to him. You know he's talking to him. He's talking to him in July through the media.
No, I know.
You know what he's doing. He's making sure that he reads that somewhere. He makes sure that one of his relatives says, "Oh, was on the radio this morning talking about your weight, big fella." Oh, was he? Because he had me in the office yesterday telling me that he expects me to be an All-American this year.
Yeah.
Right? So he wants him to read that, hear that somewhere, and motivate him a little bit, because I think he knows that Shelvin is right there on the edge of greatness. And I think that they were a little surprised to get him back. And now that they got him back, they want to elevate him into a first-round draft pick, because they know he has that potential. And to do that, it's not going to be about what he accomplishes on the field. He's got to take care of his business off the field.
I know, but
from
all
an
I'm saying
academic standpoint and from a health and nutrition standpoint. And I think once he can he can get that taken care of, I think they believe that he's a first-round pick. And I think O was sending a message to him earlier this week. He kind of giggled at it. When we were
he laughed
we
at
were
it.
doing the uh-oh.
He said, "Oh no, he's going to get it fixed."
Right.
No, I know, but let's also look at what Apu Ika did in year one.
Yeah.
This is a cat who walked in and played immediately on a national championship team. Like, it took, as good as Shelvin in as he is a monster, it took him a while to get to that point.
Yeah.
Ika stepped in, forced his way into the rotation. And yeah, granted, he wasn't as good as Shelvin, but he hasn't been around as long. Now he has a full offseason in the Moffitt program, knowing there's playing time to be had, a new defensive coach that you want to impress. That's all I'm saying. Watch out.
We'll talk to Hud Palmer about it next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Kalata and T-Bob.
Brought to you daily by the Lanoix Insurance Agency, LANOIX agency.com. Get in touch with Randy, Brian, and David this morning at 749-5640 about your auto insurance, home insurance, business insurance. Expecting a lot of rain over the weekend. Curious about flood insurance. Call the Lanois. Log online, LANOIX agency.com. Randy, Brian, David all standing by this morning.
That's right. Go to LanoisAgency.com, LanoisAgency.com. I just got that new vehicle. Getting the new insurance was as easy as just sending a couple pictures to BG, because they do all the heavy lifting. You don't have to worry about anything, okay? They take care of you. They actively work to find you the best deals, to save you money. If you have to file a claim, it doesn't feel like pulling teeth. I bundle my home, my auto, my flood insurance, all from Landry Agency. So go to landryagency.com. That's landryagency.com. landryagency.com.
Off the Bench, hanging with Hester and Hanny. After further review and more are all live daily on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge YouTube page. Subscribe now to interact with us inside the live chat. Find highlights for each show's channel and get notified whenever we go live.
104.5 ESPN invites you to take a short quiz for a chance to win a brand new EU1000 generator from our friends at Bozeman Distributors. Simply go to 1045ESPN.com now through August 16th and take the quiz to see how prepared you are for hurricane season. Everyone who takes the quiz is automatically entered to win the generator. Our winner will be chosen on Monday, August 17th. Get prepared for hurricane season from 1045 ESPN and stay prepared with Bozeman Distributors.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If I build a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who do.
Yo, join us for a TGIF hanging with Hester and Hanny from noon to 3. We've got real sports action. If a reliever came in the 7th inning and got shelled, trust me, we'll break it down. On 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Looking back, OTB OT. Hanging out with you, got Benny Mintz. And right now, you already know, the Yacht Father. Game night, Jimmy Yacht, 6 to 8 every night. Catch it right here, 104.5 ESPN. Otter, what is up? I got your PIC right beside me. How you doing on this fine Friday afternoon?
Oh man,
Morning.
Life is beautiful, huh? I mean,
Yep.
we got action. I mean, we've made lemonade out of lemons for the last 4 months or so. We've got with the horse race and the Premier League, Russian badminton, but now we got got the first bad beat out the way too. Had the Yankees minus a little of some odds last night, and the rain shortened. And a lot of new sites this year, they posted new baseball rules. It has to go 8.5 innings. Vince got off the hook with his Nationals play, and there you go. A tough push to start the year. But man, I got to tell you, man, for people who weren't at Jolie Pearl last night, I mean, between Ben Mintz and his pinstripe Oxford and T-Bob with his new clean look, I mean, the hair looked good. The Barbarian with the Game of Thrones is kind of in the rearview mirror right now, looking almost a little preppy, distinguished. I mean, go ahead, T-Bob.
Okay, so full disclosure, and I've been meaning to bring this up because I wanted to get the room's temperature on this. I'm wearing the exact same outfit that I wore to the dinner last night. and TJ was trying to call that a walk of shame. I disagree. I think it's a walk of efficiency, okay? Because, look, I put it on just to go to that dinner last night. I didn't do anything at the dinner. We just sat there and met and talked strategy. And then I went home, and I figured, man, look, I just took it off, laid it right beside my bed. I wake up at 4:30, bam, bam. I'm dressed by 5. Like, there's no need. That's okay, right?
You're not single. Oh, my God. No. You're driving a minivan, right?
Yes. A murdered out minivan, though, Jimmy. I'll have you know. Black leather interior, black exterior, black wheels. Ooh.
T-Bob, man, look, if you can pull it off, God bless you. But I mean, I just can't operate like that right now. Did you put some deodorant on? Did you brush your teeth?
I did do that. I did both of those things. I try to do those daily. Turns out it's actually kind of good for you. All right, though, Otter. Let's get into some picks. Baseball returning.
What is today? What is the holiday today?
It's opening day, baby.
Okay. I thought it was National Tequila Day. Both right in Otter's wheelhouse.
National Tequila Day, okay? You ever drink margaritas and maybe get that it's a little too much sour, kind of tart, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Look, here's what you do, okay? Put your ice, get a tin, okay? So you can shake it. We like to shake the margaritas.
We love to shake the margaritas.
You always do the rim on the glass and things like that. Just put a pinch of salt in the tin.
Okay.
All right? Put tequila, nice pour, all right? Instead of putting the margarita mix, a fresh lime juice. Don't fool with that rosy lime juice and that stuff out the bottom.
Okay.
Come on, man. Don't even do that. Whole fresh lime squeezed in there, and then put like a splash of the margarita mix and a splash of orange juice. A lot of people use triple sec or Cointreau and things like that. It's an orange liqueur, but do that, shake it up, and I'm going to tell you, it's a way smoother margarita, and you can drink more of them. So there you go. We're ready for a little house margarita.
Shake it, Wendy. You got to shake it. All right.
Let's go to your boys, the Braves. What a matchup this is in New York today. This is an afternoon first pitch, 3:10 in New York. Jacob deGrom, a multiple Cy Young Award winner, and 22-year-old Mike Soroka, who was awesome last year. Top 5 in ERA, top 5 in WHIP. He's my 40-1 shot to win the NL Cy Young. Coming back a price, plus 27 against the Mets today. Braves, way better lineup. That is just if you're a Braves fan, there's some excitement for that team. That's a really good division, the NL East. They are the favorites. They should have some run support. Both pitchers shouldn't go past the 6th inning tonight, but that is this afternoon rather. But plus 27, I think, is a real price to start off with the Atlanta Braves.
All right. So first play, Atlanta, and to be okay, maybe give like a general tutorial for those out there. Like, I bet college football games, okay? I can understand spreads and how it all works. What are the differences between college football and then trying to bet pro baseball?
It's you're betting money lines. It's just like betting football on the money lines. So you can do the run lines, but most of the action is on the money lines. So it just can't go with pick $2 favorites. If you go 4-2 with $2 favorites, well, that's just washing out. So I'll keep track on Fridays of our units. So that will be plus 127. So if they hit, you get 1.27 units.
Mm-hmm.
You lose 1 unit. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I got a favorite parlay in Mincy. Maybe you can put these numbers together. Cincinnati's minus 77 and St. Louis is minus 77. They're both minus 77. St. Louis and Cincinnati. See what that pays out for a two-teamer, Mincy. The Reds in Sonny Gray, his stuff is outstanding. The Tigers are very weak. Just a lopsided matchup in this, haves and have-nots. Flaherty is a top 5 pick to win the NL Cy Young. The Cy Young for the St. Louis Cardinals as well. They played the second worst team in the National League, the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I'm never going to lay more than $1.50. Never going to do it. So one of the ways, and this is pretty popular too, is just hook them up in a two-team parlay. So Cincinnati and St. Louis in a parlay that might come back even money, something like that, Mincy. If you could do it for me. And then the White Sox coming back a little bit money. Great pitching matchup in Minnesota tonight. These are the top 2 teams in the American League Central, along with the Cleveland Indians and Berrios, the former Cal State forward and Titan, and Giolito. Giolito was a big high pick, big guy out of California a few years ago. Finally, last year, he just changed his mechanics, compacted them a little bit more. It led to better control, and he was on fire last year. He's coming back a little bit of money today, plus 107, the White Sox. But the biggest play of the day, the late one on the coast, San Diego, baby.
Man, beat me to it.
San Diego. Now, T-Bob, you've heard of Madison Bumgarner?
Yes, I have.
There you go. You've heard of Chris Paddock?
I have not.
There you go. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Name brand alone is just killing this. Get on this now. It is climbing as we speak. It opened up $1.13. It's all the way up to $1.39, but that's still way, way too short. Paddock is a big, tall lefty from Texas, and he is just nasty. Bumgarner is just not what he used to be. It's just that simple. It happens. Age does it's real, but that is a very, very short price. I think the Padres are better than the Diamondbacks this year, and this is a major mismatch on the mound with a has-been in Bumgarner, who is still keeping the line tempered because he's got some name recognition against Chris Paddock. But that is the big one tonight. The Padres and Paddock minus $1.39.
All right, there you go, Jimmy. I'm giving you some plays, Jimmy. Where can the people go place these plays?
No. You could go to, let's see.
Natchez, Mississippi.
Magnolia Bluffs Casino. You can't take a ride with us today, man. It's the shortest route to Mississippi Sportsbook. That's where we are today. Hey, look, Michael Bachot's been hot in the horses today as well. Race 7, the number 8 horse, Snicket at Saratoga. Keep that one in mind. And I've got you a Premier League 10 games at 10 a.m. in the Premier League. Burnley, they still a short price. Burnley, get on some Burnley. They have been nice the second half of the season since the comeback. So what you got going on for National Tequila Day, T-Bob?
Well, look at it. I'm going to fry some fish and drink some tequila. I'm probably just going to keep it simple. Topos and tequila. Maybe go the mezcal route. Just start drinking some mezcal straight up. I'm a lazy drinker in that I might start with a margarita. I might start with some sort of mixture, and guaranteed an hour and a half later, I'm just drinking the liquor straight.
What kind of fish you got?
If it's good. I got a bunch of red snapper. We're going to fry up. I got some mangrove snapper. I got some cobia. So we're going to, I probably won't fry up the cobia. I'll probably say that. But we're going to run the gamut this week and try out a bunch of different stuff. Hey, Otter, how about this? They have, Cade alerted me to this. They have released odds on where the Blue Jays will play their home opener Florida plus 115, Pittsburgh plus 250, Washington plus 250, New York plus 700. Where do you think the Blue Jays, a team, they don't have a home right now, right? They're just a nomadic team. Where do you think they end up playing?
Camden Yards is not in there?
Okay, wait, hold on. Sorry. That was the opening game. Here's where they'll play. Here are the odds on the majority of the games. Okay. They have Florida at minus 160, Pittsburgh plus 250, New York plus 275.
I'll go with Florida. I know it's a little farther away, but, Florida's been, even with all the cases right now, they've been the most receptive to kind of their governor's pretty aggressive on trying to bring in business. So, look, where's the NBA playing? Where's the MMA start? They've been pretty aggressive, so I'll just go with that. Hey, man, Ecobia is the best grill and fish there is.
Yeah, don't want to fry that.
The best grill and fish there is. And
we had some cobia fish tacos the other night. Delicious.
How good is that?
Yeah.
How good is that?
They're great.
So, and Mincy's got a Baptist wedding. No cocktails tonight.
Wait,
no cocktails.
Mincy's allowed at a Baptist wedding?
Look, dude, nothing but the clean living these days, fellas.
That's true. 2020 mints is allowed at a Baptist wedding. Any previous version of mints would never have been allowed through the front doors of the church.
Yes, anything that the Oddfather could contribute to his clean living, I'm all about it.
Hell yeah. All right, Jimmy. Well, thank you so much. That is Jimmy Ott. Yeah, what's up?
You talking about Clarence Moore earlier?
I was talking about Clarence Moore earlier when Sal LaFouche was balling. I think Bo Schwess was on the team. I believe, did the Schwess family have a relationship with Moore or something along those lines? I can't remember. I just remember my old man brought me to a South LaFouche high school basketball game. It might have been like the quarterfinals or the semifinals. It was packed. It was awesome. And Clarence Moore was balling.
I did the state championship game against Slidell in the Cajun Dome against Taurus Bright. The Slidell team was averaging like 100 points a game. Yeah, it was Clarence Moore and Ross Schwess.
Ross Schwess, not Bo. Okay, there you go.
Addison Schwess' son. And although Big E, my buddy, had passed away a couple of years ago, he taped the game on a cassette, brought it to this multi-billionaire in Addison Schwess. It was like a piece of gold, man.
He loved
was one of my sponsors. It was one of my sponsors when we did HTV stuff down in Houma, Thibodeau. And but yeah, that was a great game.
Wait, so did Sal LaFouche end up winning? Who ended up winning state that year?
Yeah, they won.
Okay.
They won.
Right
on. Yes. Yep. They and kind of set up. Slidell used to like to pick, and they set a backcourt pick on Taurus Bright. He didn't like it too much. Gave him a little pop, a little. It got a little nasty, a little chippy in the Cajun Dome. But yeah, they was Edison Schwess was pretty aggressive. Had some basketball court in his house down in Galliano, and of course, if those who don't remember, he was one of the original owners or one of the part owners of the Pelicans.
Yes, he was.
Or the Hornets. So
yeah, he was in that group that I think that's when they were at the Hilario Center. Not exactly the most exciting place to end up for NBA free agents, as evidenced by the very famous Eric Gordon, Chris Kaman free agent picture where they look like they've just been sentenced to life in prison. Like, if you want to see the biggest difference between that era of Pelicans basketball and the David Griffin era, look at these smiles on Lonzo and Brandon Ingram and those guys when they signed versus Kaman and Gordon and company. Hey, Otter, got a question on the Margs. Spencer asked, he wanted to know, okay, what do you replace Contra with? I told him OJ. He wants to know, are we talking fresh orange juice or concentrate?
Well, you buy it in the grocery store.
Wait, hold on. You broke up for a second. Start over.
No, no concentrate. No concentrate.
Okay.
But just the the stuff that you buy in the store is fine. It just breaks that tartness, man. It really does. And it's kind of a less expensive way to make a shelf margarita. So just trying to, efficient, economical, trying to stretch it out. You don't want to just have one margarita now on National Tequila Day.
No.
Bob.
You need multiple Margs. Multiple Margs. Margs all night. It's what the Oddfather does. It's how he lubes you up to go sing karaoke at Gabriel's at SEC Media Days, overcoming your greatest fear for your entire life. Okay, so it's a pinch of salt, a heavy dose of tequila, a splash of your mix, and then a whole lime in there, and then some OJ.
Yep. Jake, Wendy.
Shake it, Wendy. All right, Otter. Catch him on Game Time every night.
All right, guys.
6 to 8 p.m. Him and Mincy giving you all the gambling plays. When we get back, we'll talk some Saints as we compare Larry Holder's top 5 to our top 5. Plus, the Atlanta Falcons were in the news as they have announced how many people will be allowed in their stadium for football season. What does that mean for the Saints? We'll talk about it next here on OTB02.
OTB OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. The Riot Radio Hours return. We'll recap an opening night of baseball, and the football Tigers are on the field. Join us, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Change
OTB OT with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Welcome back. OTB OT 104.5 94.7 ESPN. Good Vibes Friday, Casual Friday. Got my boy Benny Mitz with the 3-1 great shirt on.
Shout out to Sweet Tea Shreveport. Got to give him a shout out for the shirt. Great shirt.
We'll be heading up to I'll be heading up to Monroe this weekend. I'll be up there. So what that means is that I'm going to be outside of 75 miles of the Smoothie King Center, which is the cutoff for being able to watch the Pelicans stream due to some weird NBA rules. Now, the first scrimmage you could watch on NBA TV anywhere you were, or if you were out there because you were out of the market, right? I don't think Andrew Lopez from ESPN texted me, and I don't think you're going to be able to watch this one on NBA TV. What can I do, Ben? I know that through a VPN you can make it look like your signal's kind of originating out of anywhere. How can I trick the technology gods into thinking that I'm within 75 miles of the Smoothie King Center?
Well, funny you mentioned that because online poker VPNing from America has been a thing for a long time because so much online poker is illegal in the U.S.
Yeah.
And so people VPN through Mexico or route it through wherever to be able to play from the U.S. And I got to say I've done it before. I mean, I'm not a saint.
So how do I go about it? Like, is there an app or a service that you would recommend?
There's a bunch of different kinds. You just Google a VPN and you just download it. And then the VPN, it basically makes it like you just click the VPN thing, you're on it, and then your computer, it'll send out a signal that you're near where you want to be, basically.
Okay.
And you just run it through the VPN. It's like nothing. I think it should work for your scrimmage thing. A lot of people have gotten caught doing online poker and had 50 and 100,000, and a lot of money's been seized over it. Yeah, well, if you're playing illegally from the U.S., like, and you win like $200K in a tournament, man, people have gotten caught and gotten money yanked and stuff.
I would be so salty if I just earned this $200K and they took it because I was doing it in the you want it on the internet. Location literally means nothing. Geez, dude, that would just be.
It was a debate. I actually lived in Mexico for 6 months in 2013 on Rosarito Beach. No, we had a bunch of expats there playing online poker, leaving the U.S. And so
you were so all in that you left the U.S. to live where in Rosarito, Mexico?
Beach. You just fly to San Diego and it's 40 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
We had a whole crew. We had a condo in the Pacific Ocean. We were throwing. Dude, it was amazing. Except for my mother and father were greatly concerned about what was going on in the Mexican drug war. So she's like, "Look, I never leave my condo," you know. But it was funny because I had opinions though. Like so many U.S. people would VPN in, and a lot of people sacrificed to move out of the country. So that kind of made it feel a little different.
Yeah.
If you're willing to sacrifice that, you know.
Yeah, you're saying like I don't care if you get in trouble because I'm about this life. I'm living in Rosarito Beach, son. That's how about this life I am. Yeah. Well, if you ever wondered the full levels of Minty's gambling degeneracy, I mean, there you go, dude. That explains it right there. Okay, so I'm feeling good. I feel like I can figure this VPN thing out.
It's not too bad.
Okay, so let's look at DBU's laughing. I lived in Mexico for 6 months. Whatever. It's so good. Let's talk Saints though, because yesterday we looked at Larry Holder. He has a 2-part series going up on The Athletic right now. Part 2 coming out any minute now. Be on the lookout for it this morning, where he was ranking the top 20 players on the Saints roster. He did 10 through 11 yesterday, and that made us do our top 5. I had DeMario Davis at 5, Ramchick at 4, Cam Jordan at 3, Breeze at 2, and then I said Mike Thomas at 1. Because I think in his position, I think he's the best, right? Like I think Breeze is unbelievable. Obviously, I've spent the entire week arguing Breeze over Aaron Rodgers, but he's not a consensus top 5 guy at that position like almost every one of these other guys is. Well, I texted Larry. I got his top 5, a little inside scoop here, and he has Ryan Ramchick at number 5. So we had him at 4, right for that. He has DeMario Davis at number 4. So you can go ahead and flip those two. Cam Jordan at 3. We're right in line there. And then he has Mike Thomas at 2 and Drew Brees at 1. So, okay, Danny, our instincts were pretty on there. Ben, are you surprised, though, that Alvin Kamara did not make my top 5 or Larry Holder's top 5?
Just because he's coming off the bad year last year. He was banged up with that high ankle sprain. And, man, high ankle sprains are one of the worst injuries in sports. You always think ankle sprain when you hear it, but, man, it's a 6 to 8 week deal. He couldn't cut all year last year.
Yeah.
So we didn't see Kamara. Last year's Kamara was not Alvin Kamara. And I think, when you look at his situation, contract year 2, I think big bounce back year for him this year.
Yeah, I would think so too. And Nick Underhill's written about this, but there's a clear line in the sand that you can draw between how well he was playing the first 5 weeks versus when he got hurt, and like his broken tackles, everything just fell off a steep cliff. So Alvin Kamara, especially given the Christian McCaffrey contract, the fact that he's due to get a huge extension, yeah, everything is lining up for Kamara to be better than ever this year. I mean, he's even doing that crazy drill where he's balancing on like a ball while throwing up a tennis ball and then catching a color, throwing it back, catches this ball. It's wild what level of coordination he's at. So big expectations for Kamara this year. And the other expectation that people are kind of wondering about is how many people will be in the stadium to see Alvin Kamara. And the Atlanta Falcons got out yesterday, and they said that they will allow 10 to 20,000 fans at home games. That is the current plan, 10 to 20,000, right? And they say that, look, they say that any future increase in capacity could be determined by the NFL with guidance from the CDC. So this is not a number set in stone. This is a number that could change for better or for worse. I don't know about y'all. When I hear that, I actually take that as a bit of a positive. The way that things were trending the last couple of weeks, it felt like no fans was going to be the play. So, yeah, what do you think about 10 to 20K in the stadium?
Man, I've said all along, I just want to be able to play football. Anything above 0 is a free roll to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think 10 to 20,000 I think it's great. And I feel like there's a sense of optimism now that there wasn't a week or 10 days ago. It was real doom and gloom a week or 10 days ago, and it feels like it's getting better.
I think everybody kind of had to hit a little bit of that rock bottom moment to kind of be like, okay, let's see if we can't get it together and get this thing going in the right direction. Look, I don't know how they're going to deal, and these are the same problems that New Orleans is going to have, the same problems that LSU is going to have. I don't know how you choose who gets these tickets and who does not, how you refund those who don't get those tickets. Like, do season ticket holders have the inside track here? Is it a lottery amongst season ticket holders? But then, look, the NFL and all these other places, college, everybody's going to be trying to make up for lost revenue. And then you have to ask, okay, on the open market, what price could these tickets command? I mean, is it a situation where the price won't be that high because people are already avoiding stadiums and now with COVID and everything, like they want to stay home more? Or is it just a scarcity issue where everybody's going to so desperately want to see the defending national champs if you're LSU that these prices could potentially rocket up if they hit an open market?
Well, you look at the Saints have the best home schedule I've ever seen.
Which is why it's so damn disappointing that this all happened this year. Yeah, I mean, they got Patrick Mahomes coming to town. They got Aaron Rodgers coming to town.
Sunday night game.
They got Tom Brady coming to town.
And especially when you consider
Vikings,
Breeze's season, the idea that this could be the last opportunity in person to see him.
That's a really good point. Yeah, I mean, the tickets could get really, really expensive if they hit the open market. For sure, the secondary market will be. I just got to imagine the same way that the Saints do like a culling of their season ticket holders. Like they figured out who was selling all of their season tickets, and I think they basically took them away. I'd have to double check that. So like if they can do that, and they see these secondary market prices just jack up based on whoever eventually gets them, I wonder if they try to bring some of that money back in-house. I will say this, right now, what the Saints have talked about publicly is that the worst-case scenario, Doug Thornton, who's the executive VP of AMG Global, they run the Superdome, he said the worst-case scenario is 13,000 fans. And he also would go on to say that number is not acceptable. So although the Falcons right now are kind of capping themselves at 20K, it seems like the Saints may be even a bit more optimistic about getting people in the stands. You will have to wear a mask for NFL games. That has been confirmed as well, though. So if you're not okay with that, well, then you can't go to you're not going to be able to go. I like what Cam Jordan had to say, though. He was we didn't mention this. I meant to, but Cam Jordan, good guy Cam, strikes again. He donates $25,000, teams up with United Healthcare. They match the donation. They just bought a ton of computers and electronics for disadvantaged students right here in New Orleans. Shout out Cam Jordan, always doing good things. But while he was being interviewed about all this, he was asked about kind of not playing in front of fans. And I love this quote. The dome field advantage is real. When the Houdat Nation fills that entire stadium, those are chills right there. That's the advantage you feel. That's the energy you feel, knowing the whole city is riding with you. He says, now we're just going to know that everyone's tuned on TV, I guess? I don't know. To have to treat a home game like an away game? Awkward. It'll be like playing in Atlanta or something. Cam never wanted to shy away, taking a shot. And yeah, I mean, look, the Falcons had to recognize when they put these headlines out there that was the natural joke. Like the same way that Fauci knew if he threw a bad pitch, the natural joke is, about as accurate as his predictions. Like when Atlanta comes out and says we're going to have 10 to 20K at games, the joke is, okay, so just like any other year. Or like the Marlins, no fans at MLB games. Okay, yeah, the Marlins, they're used to that. That's fine. So I look forward to the Saints kicking Atlanta's ass twice this year, and I look forward to having fans in the stadium to watch them do so live. All right, when we get back, we will wrap up OTBOT, 104.5, 100.3, 94.7 ESPN.
OTB, OT. We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hi, this is Chance Inman, President and Chief Operating Officer for Janney King Gulf Coast. Here are some ways to protect yourself and those around you from the coronavirus. Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover coughs and sneezes with your elbow. Disinfect high-touch surfaces regularly. Use non-contact methods for greeting others. And avoid touching your face. Following these steps, as well as social distancing, should help all of us stay healthy.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
It's a Friday edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, live from Magnolia Bluffs Casino and Hotel in Natchez, Mississippi. Jimmy reacts to opening day in Major League Baseball and gets you ready for the weekend. Tune in from 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
OTBOT, it's Friday! Thank you to everybody for joining us today. It's been a very fun show. Shout out Ben Mintz hanging out with us. Last hour of this Friday. Get to some of these comments in the YouTube chat. Oh, man, this is a bummer. Ryan Solu said his wife and him had bought tickets to see the Saints in Vegas.
Oh, man, that
before
hurts.
all this happened. That is brutal. Ryan, T's and P's to you, my friend. Spencer saying scarcity plus demand equals high price. This is Econ 101, buddy. Well, as a general studies major, I took Econ 101, okay? What I'm wondering about, are there other variables in the market that would affect it? Because obviously, like, this isn't like a normal year, right? Some people are going to be out of that purchasing pool because they may be a bit scared of going to the game. But I do think you're right, honestly, that the prices will be very high. What was else was I looking for here? There's a couple more I wanted to get to. I don't know. I've lost it. The chat's moving too fast. Kate, you're a Saints season ticket holder. Have you heard anything on the front? Have they communicated with you about what they plan on doing?
So we share a season ticket with some family, and I need to get in touch with them because there's another member of the group that's kind of the primary email to the contacts.
Yeah.
I did get some word. There was an idea kind of similar to the playoffs where you kind of have to buy the ticket, and of course you're going to go. But if you choose, you have the option to either buy the ticket for the game or put that money towards the next season. And there was maybe tossed around that idea could go about. Look, you're in real tight quarters when you're at a game. And the whole idea of, as much as I really want to go, I think about going to the Dome, and I think about being loud and being there and being present and with a mask on. I wonder if I'm even better off just being at the house. But I want to go bad because.
But I mean, that's the thing. People have been battling, trying to. Well, and I guess the Superdome never had this problem, to be fair. But like in college sports, like whatever, attendance is down. People are already the home environment is a great way to watch any game.
I mean, I grew up in my early years of being a fan. Elementary school age, not being able to watch Saints games on TV and having to listen to the games on the radio and kicking a football outside when we lost to the Browns or whoever it was. And, knowing that stadium for a period of time didn't have great attendance. So it's it's almost even already anticipating a weird feeling watching a Saints game where there's not that support there that you just come to trust. And what that feels like, I know people can say that it's probably, every stadium can say this, but I feel like it's kind of unique to the Superdome because there's just a different vibe there. And if it's not loud and it's an eighth packed,
it is odd. I was going to be like, it's something that you never see in an empty stadium, but you're right. That's very much that is a take that is born of when I was born, right? Because for the majority of my life, since like 06 here, the Saints have been really good. And even, they even had some success with Hazlitt and everything. So like, I'm not used to seeing a Saints stadium anything less than full, which is why I would almost want to go just to see what it feels like to go to a game and to have all this room, to be able to kind of spread out.
Do we let the Saints Transformer in there? Do we let the Saints Pope in there? Everybody, all the characters.
Whistle Man, Whistle Monster. What's going on with Whistle Monster, dude? We shall see. All I know is I hope the guy who buys like 30 Dome beers is allowed to go, because if he is not, he is not going to know what to spend that $1,000 on. If he's not allowed to buy $1,000 worth of beer per game, he's not going to know what to do. Ben Mintz, Kate Voisin, Denny Cardenas, thank you all so much. Thank you to Jordy Collada. Thank you to all of our wonderful viewers and listeners. We'll push over 300 live today on YouTube. That was awesome. By the way, Korean Popeyes has a Cajun extreme chicken sandwich, a garlic chicken sandwich, a hot pepper roast chicken sandwich, a sweet thigh chicken sandwich, a Cajun tong chicken sandwich, a cheese bacon chicken sandwich, and a chicken filet chicken sandwich. Come on. Popeyes, Louisiana, where you at?
OTB, OT.
Reviews are a smart judge of character.
A chicken filet chicken sandwich.